Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Khadiza from Bashundhara Ad-din Medical College. Today I am going to discuss about hemoglobin, fate of RBC. So let's start. Firstly, what is hemoglobin? It is actually iron containing pigment of RBC and it carry oxygen and carbon dioxide. Normally, a hemoglobin content of a male is about 14 to 18 milligram per dl of blood, and female 12 to 15.5 milligram per dl of blood. Structure of hemoglobin is conjugated protein with global structure, and its molecular structure is about 64,450, and it has 4 subunits. Each subunit has a heme moiety conjugated to polypeptide chain. Heme and globin portion. Heme portion is the pigmented portion. It contains iron and protoporphyrin derivative, that is protoporphyrin 9, and globin portion is actually the protein portion. It has 4 polypeptide chain that are alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Now synthesis of hemoglobin. 2 sectional CoA plus 2 glycine form pyrrole. So after that 4 pyrrole form protoporphyrin 9, and this protoporphyrin 9 with iron form heme, and he plus polypeptide chain unite to form hemoglobin chain alpha and beta. Then 2 alpha chain plus 2 beta chain form a hemoglobin A. So this is the structure of hemoglobin. You can see diagrammatic figure and also the chemical structure. Another figure, and this is the normal value we have already discussed. And mean value of hemoglobin in case of male is 16 gram per dl and female 14 gram per dl, and each hemoglobin carries about 1.34 ml oxygen, and pure hemoglobin can carry 1.39 ml of hemoglobin oxygen. Pathological variations are actually you can see heme moiety is the same in all type, but there is differences in actually the peptide portion of the globin fraction. But these are the variations of hemoglobin: hemoglobin A, A2 and hemoglobin F. Hemoglobin A are the adult hemoglobin. It is formed, it is synthesized formed by 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain, and hemoglobin A2 it is formed by 2 alpha chain and 2 delta chain, and hemoglobin F it is fetal hemoglobin. It is formed by 2 alpha and 2 gamma chain. You can see in every variations there is alpha chain is same in every variations, but only there is variation in beta chain amino acid. Now hemoglobin pathies or abnormal hemoglobins. Abnormal hemoglobins are usually abnormality can occur in polypeptide chains or decreased polypeptide chain synthesis. Abnormal polypeptide chains are hemoglobin S, hemoglobin C, hemoglobin D, hemoglobin E, and Bart hemoglobin and hemoglobin H. And decreased polypeptide chain synthesis is thalassemia. Now the function of hemoglobin. Main function of hemoglobin is to carry oxygen as oxyhemoglobin and transport of carbon dioxide. The carboxyl hemoglobin acts as a buffer for acid-base balance and pigment formation like bilirubin, stercobilin and urobilin. So I will now discuss about the fate of RBC. You know, RBC can its life expectancy is about 120 days. After that RBC enters in the reticular endothelial systems, that is the spleen, that is the graveyard of RBC, and other are liver, bone and bone marrow. You can see this figure here. You can see RBC lysis can occur inside extravascularly or intravascularly. Intravascularly inside the vessel, when RBC lysis occurs, then hemoglobin is out of the RBC, then it go through the circulation and pass through the urine as hemoglobinuria, and rest can that lies in present in the blood as methemoglobin, and extravascularly you can see it occurs in the macrophage or reticular endothelial system. This figure shows that after 120 days RBC, circulating RBC enters into the reticular system, mainly the spleen. In spleen, you can see in this figure number 1, 2, 3. This shows that RBC lysis occurs, then heme and globin portion is separated. Globin is then the globin formed amino acids, and then these amino acids go to the circulation and they reused for as protein synthesis, and then heme portion that is converted to bilirubin and biliverdin, and the iron portion that enters into the circulation go to the liver and then go to the bone marrow and can reuse. You can see in the figure it is shown as number 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you can see in the figure heme portion is converted to biliverdin, then bilirubin. This bilirubin is enters into circulation as unconjugated bilirubin, then go to the liver, and here its conjugation occurs. After that, in number 11 you can show you can see that the bilirubin is secreted through the bile in the small intestine. Here it is then again in the small intestine it is with bacterial action it becomes urobilinogen, and from there it enters the circulation, some reabsorption occur and go to the kidney and excrete as urobilin, and rest of the urobilinogen excreted through the urine stool as stercobilin with the feces. So this is the as a whole the shows the fate of RBC in the figure. This slide shows the how conjugation occurs bilirubin in the liver. Bilirubin conjugated with the UDP gluconic acid with the help of the enzyme. Firstly, it formed monogluconic acid, then it formed digluconic acid. Let us discuss the fate of RBC in a flow chart. Firstly, fragile RBC after 120 days of normal lifespan, cell membrane rupture and release of hemoglobin. Then phagocytes by tissue macrophage, that is reticuloendothelial system. Then hemoglobin split into heme and globin portion. Then globin is converted to amino acid and reused, and heme portion from heme portion iron is free, and this iron is again used, and then a straight chain of 4 pyrrole nuclei then convert to biliverdin, then unconjugated bilirubin, that is free bilirubin is formed. This is released from the macrophage into the plasma and combined strongly with the plasma albumin and transported throughout the blood and interstitial fluid, and combined strongly with the plasma protein. Then it passes to the intestine, then it passes to the liver. It is released from the plasma albumin and then conjugated with the gluconic acid. Then this urobilin conjugated bilirubin is formed here. Then conjugated bilirubin excreted into the intestine through the bile. By bacterial action it forms urobilinogen. Some of the urobilinogen then reabsorbed through the intestinal mucosa into the blood, and most of them re-excreted by the liver back into the gut, and here stercobilinogen is formed. Then by oxidation in the stercobilin is formed, and on the other hand 5% is excreted by the kidney as urobilin. So that's all from today. Thanks for watching.